It's high time all manufacturers followed Xiaomi and moved their Ultra releases up. Traditionally, launching these premium models in the spring cuts their life cycle too short, leaving them relevant for only about 6 months before the next generation of technology arrives. Xiaomi has surprised us by releasing the 17 Ultra early this December, months ahead of the usual spring schedule. We managed to grab one, so let's dive right into a quick hands-on. Let's quickly go over the packaging and accessories. Unlike the previous generation of the Ultra series, the packaging for the 17 Ultra is similar to the 17 Pro series, having switched to this long rectangular shape. The front still features the Leica logo. It comes standard with a 90-watt USB-A power adapter, a 6A data cable, and the included protective case is a transparent hard PC shell. However, speaking for myself, I'd prefer the matte TPU protective case that Redmi includes as standard. The hand feel and durability are both a bit better. Alright, so this is the actual white version of the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. For the appearance, if the max score is 5 stars, how many stars would you give it? The 17 Ultra form of the front screen is basically the same as the 17 Pro Max. It's also a 2D pure flat screen with a large corner radius design. Experience-wise, I think this is a good thing. Whether it's applying a screen protector or playing games, it's going to be better than the curved screen on the 15 Ultra. We also tested it, and the tempered glass for the 17 Pro Max can be applied directly to the 17 Ultra. The fingerprint unlock position and dimensions match perfectly. However, to be honest, for a phone with a 6.9-inch screen, the vertical middle frame combined with a flat back doesn't feel as good in the hand as the previous generation 15 Ultra, which had a curved back. It's inevitable that it feels a bit sharp against the hand. Of course, there are improvements too. For instance, the volume of the Deco camera module has shrunk a bit this time. Plus, the position of the Deco has moved up, so holding it daily won't feel like the 15 Ultra where that massive Deco was blocking your finger. One detailed change is that although it has a triple camera setup, the right side of the periscope module has a coating effect, creating a visually symmetrical look. At first glance, the lens arrangement looks a bit similar to the 14 Ultra. The Leica logo and lens specs are placed in the center, with one flash at the top and one at the bottom. Compared to the messy, disorderly arrangement of the 15 Ultra, this looks much more pleasing to the eye. Another obvious detail change is that the volume and power buttons on the frame have changed from the previous long strip shape to 2 circular buttons for plus and minus and an oval one. The buttons on our unit basically don't wobble, and it looks more distinctive than the previous generation. The top left corner still features the same Ultra logo style found on Xiaomi cars. However, on the Leica version, this spot features the red Leica logo. The top still has a hole-free design. The earpiece sound mainly comes out from the micro slit opening on the front. The advantage is that when playing games daily, you basically won't block the top earpiece. Of course, with an Ultra model, everyone is definitely concerned about imaging performance. We grabbed some time to take a few shots to share a quick overview with you. Although the previous generation 15 Ultra used a 200 megapixel telephoto lens and had excellent daytime resolution, there were some issues. For example, the telephoto shots at night were prone to blurring, especially in the crop zoom range. And although the main camera was an LYT 900, the dynamic range for night video was noticeably worse than other 1-inch main cameras, with quite a bit of night noise. This year, the camera hardware on the 17 Ultra has removed that 200 megapixel 33x portrait telephoto lens, meaning it's gone from 4 cameras to 3. However, the lens section has seen a big change. The 200 megapixel telephoto now uses a continuous optical zoom lens ranging from 75mm to 100mm. The camera shooting interface is also a bit different from the previous dual telephoto models. On the 15 Ultra, 3.2 and 4.3x were independent buttons. On the 17 Ultra, after clicking 3.2, it automatically extends the UI control space between 3.2 and 4.3, filling it with a semi-transparent effect. This means that between 75mm and 100mm, it can fully utilize the entire sensor size for imaging without needing to crop. Of course, the aperture here isn't constant. At 75mm, it is f2.39. In the 100mm state, it is f2.96. There are also shortcut buttons in the middle for 85mm and 95mm, with apertures of f2.68 and f2.78 respectively.
From our experience so far, this solution has indeed resolved quite a few shortcomings of the previous 15 Ultra. For example, the mid-telephoto on the 15 Ultra was a 3x IMX858, and there was a noticeable gap in composite quality compared to the 4.3x HP9. Now, the 3x range on the 17 Ultra is noticeably better than the 15 Ultra's 3x, whether it's in resolution or image purity in dark environments. At the 100mm end, the 17 Ultra's aperture is a bit smaller than the 15 Ultra's. In daytime 10x mode, the image resolution is close on both, but the sharpening on the 15 Ultra appears to be less. However, at night, still in 10x mode, the image stability of the 17 Ultra is obviously better than the 15 Ultra. This is likely related to the new algorithms and the new lens group optical stabilization. Even on the latest system version, the 15 Ultra in 10x night mode, when triggering automatic night scene, is still prone to blurring if your hand isn't perfectly steady. Anyway, the most obvious improvement in the telephoto department is that the yield rate for night shots is much better, and the image quality at the 3x range has been brought up to par with the 4.3x. It's much stronger than the 3x on the 15 Ultra. However, there are 2 points that have regressed compared to before. For example, the 3x on both the 14 Ultra and 15 Ultra supported macro shooting at around 10 centimeters. On this generation's 17 Ultra, at both 3.2 and 4.3x, the minimum focus distance is around 30 centimeters. The macro capability is indeed not as good as the previous generation. Additionally, on the current system version, the 17 Ultra has also regressed compared to the 15 Ultra regarding the main camera's 2x crop effect. This is likely related to the new sensor using 2x2 OCL. Of course, since time is limited for this quick hands-on video, we will bring you more detailed sample analysis, the phone's screen performance, battery life, comprehensive experience, and the differences between the Xiaomi 17 Ultra standard version and the Leica version in a future detailed review. Okay, that's all for this. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.